Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 100 of Cameron's Sports Podcast. It's your host, Cameron Lindsay, and I'm back with another brand new episode. Today's episode, I'm going to be talking some high school football because we're getting near to 2025 season. Like I said, you finna see a lot of episodes of me covering high school football locally in the Phoenix City, Columbus area, and nationally. You know, talking about high school teams all across the country. And of course, you got NFL training camp happening. I'm going to be talking about that, especially covering my Los Angeles Chargers. That's something I'm going to start doing more because, like I said, I'm a Los Angeles Chargers fan. So I think I'm going to be, talking about them more, the training camp, get my schedule predictions, talk about offseason moves, the draft, our draft picks, and what I expect for the upcoming season and more. And, of course, I'm going to be doing episodes during the season, talking about games. So expect all of that. High school and college football, too. My prediction of college football, I'm doing schedule predictions for the Big Ten, ACC, SEC, and Big 12. So for each team, each conference, I'm going to be starting with the Big Ten. I'm going to be doing all that before the 2025 collegiate season starts. But let's get right into it. Today's episode, I got at least four top high school recruits that I'm going to be talking about that are ranked nationally, starting with Derrick Cooper. He's a 5-star running back that plays for Chaminade-Madonna in Florida, if I'm pronouncing that right. Chaminade-Madonna is a top high school program in the nation. They're ranked highly nationally. This is the alma mater for a lot of great players, especially Ohio State sophomore receiver Jeremiah Smith. If you're a college football fan, you know who Jeremiah Smith is. He's arguably the best player in the nation. Just as a sophomore right now, he's Ohio State's best player. He's going to be a future top 3 pick in the NFL draft when he's eligible. Right now, he's a sophomore, but this is his alma mater. Chaminade-Madonna, like I said, is a top high school team. But yeah, let's get right into Derrick Cooper. Derrick Cooper is a 2026 classified recruit. He's the top running back in the 2026 class. He's a 5-star recruit. In the ESPN 300, they have him rated as the number 1 rated running back and the 7th overall player. He's right now currently uncommitted, but his top 5 choices are Ohio State, Florida State, Georgia, Miami, and Texas. His commitment date is scheduled for July 20th, so that'll be this week. By the time you see this episode, it'll be the day he's going to commit. So we'll find out soon. His 2024 stats: he had over 124 carries. He had 124 carries, a little bit over 900 yards rushing. He averaged 7.3 yards per carry and 13 rushing touchdowns. He had 2 100-yard games. His measurables, he's at least about 6'1", 6'2", a little bit over 200 pounds, so he's a really good size back. From watching his highlights, his film on Huddle, he has breakaway speed. He can play on both sides of the ball. Actually, he does play on both sides of the ball. The main position he's getting recruited for is running back. That's what ESPN has him listed. He's the number 1 running back in the 2026 class. That's the position he plans on playing. But with Chaminade-Madonna, he plays on both sides of the ball. He plays linebacker and a little bit of safety, but mostly linebacker on defense. So he can play on both sides of the ball. So if maybe in college running back doesn't work out, or he feel like he want to switch, I feel like he could play linebacker. Of course, he had to put on the weight because he's only 205 pounds. But, yeah. He's also a good pass catcher out of the backfield and great at the yards at the catch. So, watching his highlights, each time he caught the ball, he caught it smoothly, didn't bobble it. Has good hands. He's good after the catch. So, as soon as he catches the ball, he's going to take it for at least 10 yards or more. But, like I said, I think as far as the schools that's in his top 5 that he's considering committing to, Ohio State, Florida State, Georgia, Miami, Texas, I feel like it's possibly between Miami and maybe Miami, Georgia, and Florida State. Like I said, Chaminade-Madonna is located in Florida, so that's where he's from. And Miami has been doing really good as far as recruiting, so shout out to Mario Cristobal. My prediction is I think he probably going to commit to Miami, probably. Maybe stay in state, but we will see. But yeah, make sure if you want to. Oh, and also in the I forgot to mention in the 24/7 Sports, they got him rated as a 4-star recruit and the 39th overall player. I personally go by ESPN 300's rankings, but I'm starting to more look into different rankings and for different players just to compare and see how it is. But yeah, that's Chaminade-Madonna's 2026 running back Derrick Cooper, who's currently uncommitted. He will be committing tomorrow, July 20th, this week. So that'll be Sunday. By the time you see this episode. Next up, we got another 5-star recruit. This time, Faizon Brandon, quarterback pocket passer. He's a 2026 player committed to Tennessee from Grimsley High School. In ESPN 300, they have him rated as a 3rd-rated quarterback and 8th overall player. 24/7 Sports has him rated as the number 1 quarterback and the number 1 overall player. Again, like I said, he's committed to Tennessee. His measurables is 6'4", 6'3", 195, 200 pounds. So he has the height, but he's not the biggest physically. But, of course, going to college, going to a Power 4, Power 5 program like Tennessee, he's going to put on the weight, so I'm not too worried about that. His 2024 stats, he had over 2,800 passing yards, 175. He averaged 175 passing yards a game, 35 touchdown passes, only 2 picks. His QBR was 154.1. Like I said, watching his highlights, he had a great arm. He stands nice in the pocket, tall. Like I said, he's about 6'4", so he stands real tall, nice in the pocket. He's very accurate with his throws. He's a good runner with the football and escaping pressure. Like I said, again, he may be a pocket passer, but he's good on the run with his legs when he needs to be. But looking at his stats, he really does not turn the ball over much at all. Like I said, 35 touchdown passes, only 2 picks. I think Tennessee can potentially find their future great quarterback, especially with Nico Imalava transferring this past offseason to UCLA. They obviously need somebody by the time next year to compete, or for the near future to compete for that starting quarterback job. Like I said, because Tennessee has always had the talent. They just never really clicked. Last year they did make the college football playoff, but they got blown out by Ohio State on the road. Nico Imalava didn't really play the best in that playoff game. And, as far as him transferring to UCLA, I may not completely agree with it, but I think Faizon Brandon is going to be a great player for Tennessee for years to come, for the next 3 or 4 years by the time he gets there next year. But, like I said, he's a very good player. Check him out. Faizon Brandon, 2026 Tennessee football commit, who attends Grimsley High School in North Carolina. We got another quarterback recruit, Jared Curtis from Nashville Christain High School in Nashville, Tennessee. He's a 2026 recruit and a Georgia commit. He's, like I said, ESPN 300, they got him rated as the number 2 quarterback, 6th overall player. 24/7 Sports got him rated as a 3rd-rated quarterback and 9th overall player. He committed to Georgia over Oregon May 5th of this year, 2025. But a fun fact, he actually was committed to Georgia before last year, but he decommitted around October of 2024. So I maybe he probably wanted to, reopen his recruitment, maybe give other schools a chance to explore, because that's really sometimes how it is for some recruits. They may decommit to where, I don't think that's where I want to go anymore, or they may decommit and just say, let me refresh, reopen my commitment. I'm not going to completely close them off. I think that's what he said. He didn't really completely close Georgia off, because when he narrowed down his top 2 to Georgia and Oregon, obviously the door was never closed with Georgia. He just wanted to maybe explore other schools a little bit more to make sure he can actually make a decision. His measurables, he's 6'4", 225 pounds, so he has a nice frame, height, weight, everything you especially want in a hot 5-star quarterback like Derrick Curtis. His stats, in 2024, he threw over 2,800 passing yards. He averaged 217 yards per game. He had 40 touchdown passes, only 3 interceptions. His QBR was 141.5. In his career, he had 7,665 passing yards, 92 touchdown passes, only 19 interceptions, and he has 207 yards. He averaged 207 yards a game in the air. He's mobile with his legs when it's needed. He's accurate with his throws, good arm. Even under pressure, he keeps his eyes downfield, looking to pass first. So he, like I said, watching his film on Huddle, like I said, he never really looked to run first. He always kept it, even when he was escaping pressure, he's looking down the field, looking for that open receiver. He only has to run if he has to. But looking at his stats, again, like Faizon Brandon, he's, like I said, he doesn't turn the ball over much. He's very accurate. He has a good QBR. He had over 2,800 passing yards. Not that many interceptions in his career, only 19 total. But in 2024, like I said, he only had 3. So that's very great, very good. 40 touchdown passes to 3 interceptions. I think Georgia is getting a very, very great player. In the past, Georgia really, maybe besides, I think the last time besides Justin Fields, who's a 5-star recruit, I think the number 1 quarterback in that class, him and Trevor Lawrence were the number 1, number 2 quarterbacks in that class when they came out, and Justin Fields had committed to Georgia. But, normally Georgia, especially since Kirby Smart been there, like I said, best coach in college football right now, he really hasn't been trying to focus on 5-star quarterbacks. He really wants a quarterback that's like going to play the right way, not turn, as long as you don't turn the ball over, do what's needed. So, and Georgia's more of a run the ball type of team. They don't really have like a Jeremiah Smith or a Ryan Wood. Not saying they don't recruit. They do try to recruit Jeremiah Smith. I saw in an interview, Ryan Williams said when they was in high school, him and Jeremiah Smith both went on to the official visit to Georgia, and he talked to him. He's like, hey, what if we both linked up and went to Georgia? So recruits do consider Georgia. Even Cam Coleman at one point, I think, considered Georgia in his top 10 schools before he committed to Auburn. But it's like I said again, Georgia they main focus is more like running the ball, like running backs, defensive players. They get those 5-star, 4-star players, the 4 5-star offensive linemen, defensive linemen, the tight ends. Now the tight ends, they definitely can recruit some tight ends. Brock Bowers, they definitely can recruit some tight ends. But quarterback, I mean, they'll get a 4-star quarterback, but not maybe like a top 10, top 20 recruit type of 4-star quarterback. Derrick Curtis, like I said, is the number 2 rated quarterback in ESPN 300. He's a 6th overall player, so he's a very high recruit in his 2026 class. So I think he could definitely be a game changer for Georgia, get them back right to winning national championships like they were a couple years ago. But yeah, like I said, I personally thought he was going to Oregon. Like I said, because Oregon has a lot of great weapons. They've been killing in recruiting, but he chose Georgia. I ain't mad at that. I think that's a good choice. I can't wait to see him in a Georgia uniform and maybe compete for that starting job, depending on how Gunnar Stockton does for Georgia this upcoming season. And lastly, we got the last 5-star recruit, quarterback Dia Bell, who plays for American Heritage in Florida. He's a 2026 Texas commit. He's the number 1 rated quarterback in the ESPN 300 and the 4th overall player. And in 24/7 Sports, they got him rated as the 5th overall quarterback and 24th overall player. He was named Florida Gatorade Player of the Year during his junior season last year. He just won the 2025 Elite 11 MVP. His stats his junior year, he threw over 2,500 passing yards. He averaged 236 passing yards a game. He had 29 touchdown passes. He had over 561 rushing yards and 5 rushing touchdowns. He only threw 6 interceptions. His QBR was 137. His measurables are he's about 6'3", 6'2", 200 pounds, 215. So between 200 and 215 pounds. He stands strong in the watching his film on Huddle. Watching his film, he stands nice and strong in the pocket. He has really great legs. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think he has out of him, Faizon Brandon, Jared Curtis. I think Diabell has the best legs between them two. At least from what I've seen of last year's tape and film, I think Diabell has the best legs. Like I said, again, he doesn't look to run first. He obviously looks to pass, just like the other two, but he's a very good runner. Like I said, he had over 561 rushing yards and 5 rushing touchdowns. He has a really good, solid arm. I'm not gonna say the strongest arm out of all them quarterbacks, but he has a good arm. Like I said again, I just went based off of last year. His arm can get better. I hope it continues to get better. But I at least say he does have a good arm. He's accurate with his throws. Doesn't turn the ball over much, just like the other two. He had, like I said again, 29 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions. Now, his season did come to an end before they got to the playoffs because he got hurt. So American Heritage had to go to a backup plan with Diabell out due to injury. And that sucks because, like I said, he's a very good player. He's been committed to Texas since last year. So I got to give it to Steve Sarkisian. He's been killing in recruiting, especially with these quarterbacks. Arch Manning, you got him to come to Texas. Now, he sat for a couple years. Now, he's going to be the starting quarterback. I'll talk about that when I get to college football more into this season. Now you get Diabell committed. So I think and like I said, Steve Sarkisian is a quarterback guru, just like Lincoln Riley. That's why these high school players are going to schools like USC, or when Lincoln Riley was at Oklahoma, and Steve Sarkisian at Texas, or when he was at Alabama, because they like the way he develops quarterbacks. They like the way Lincoln Riley develops quarterbacks. Like I said, especially Lincoln Riley. Baker Mayfield, Heisman Trophy winner, number 1 overall pick. Kyler Murray, Heisman Trophy winner, number 1 overall pick. Jalen Hurts, 2nd round pick, Heisman Trophy finalist. And Caleb Williams, number 1 overall pick, Heisman Trophy winner. Look at him. Now you got Steve Sarkisian, Arch Manning, Diabell. I think Bryce Young. I think he coached Bryce Young. So he has coached a lot of great quarterbacks. And I think Diabell is going into a great situation where I think he's definitely going to be special, especially seeing him at the winning Elite 11 MVP. That Elite 11, for those who don't know, or maybe who does know, it's an elite camp that they invite some of the best top quarterbacks in the nation each class. And like I said, day one he won MVP day 1 of the camp. But overall, he was named Elite 11 MVP. And I think Diabell is going to be special when he gets to Texas. Now, I don't know, depending on how it goes this year, if Arch Manning has a very great year and he decides to go pro, he might do that. But I think if Diabell has a mindset like Arch Manning, whether he wins the job next year, if Arch Manning leaves or goes, or decides to, if he decides, like, what, I'm fine with sitting, because Arch Manning sat for a couple years, and now look at him now. But yeah, I think Diabell is definitely going to be special. I can't wait to see how American Heritage plays this year. They're, like I said, again, just like Chaminade-Madonna, American Heritage is one of the top ranked national schools in the nation. So again, like I said, you're going to be seeing me talk about some high school football nationally, not just here in the Georgia, Alabama area, with Phoenix City, Columbus, Russell County, Harris County, all that. But I look forward to seeing Diabell. He's my favorite quarterback, high school quarterback nationally right now. And yeah. But I definitely appreciate each one of y'all tuning in. Like I said, we talk some high school football, college, NFL. Especially with my Chargers. That'll definitely be my next episode. Talk about training camp with my Los Angeles Chargers heading to 2nd year with Jim Harbaugh. But I appreciate you watching. Again, if you want to touch down with Cam, I need you to click that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications, follow me on all social medias, Twitter, X, Facebook, Instagram, at Cameron Sports Podcast. I'm on multiple platforms with my podcast. But yeah, let's make the trend hashtag touchdown with Cam something that can continue to grow. And yeah, I definitely appreciate each one of y'all tuning in. This has been your favorite host of your favorite podcast, Cameron Lindsay, signing out. And I'll catch y'all next time for another episode. Y'all take care.